Waffles is officially quitting YouTube. Now, why does this seem familiar? Oh wait, yes, this is the second time he's done this.
This is genuinely the last video and there won't be any more.
But this time it's gonna be for real. Let's see what he has to say.
Okay guys, this is the last video that you will see on this channel.
Of course.
You might have already seen that all of the videos with my face have been taken down, and there's a very serious reason for why that's happened. I'm going to be explaining all of this in this video, but first...
Now let's just really quickly start out with the obvious, the fact that he thinks that blurring his face at this point is going to give any kind of a benefit to him. You can start off by being anonymous, but once you go public, you can't go back to being anonymous because your face is already out there. You can take down all your videos, but there's still going to be the million reactions and all the people that have copied your videos, so you can't just do take backsies with basically showing your face.
First, let's just rewind a little bit, because you might have seen about this time last year, I thought about quitting, and I said that I'm going to quit, and I made that video saying that this is the end, only for me to come back 5 months later. But this time around, it is not a joke. This is genuinely the last video that you will see on this channel, and there won't be any coming back. Now, the reason that I quit initially and came back after 5 months, well, there was a few reasons. I had a lot of new experiences, which I thought that I could share, and also, my older videos, I felt...
He started off kind of retarded before he left, like he was kind of goofy, and then he came back extra retarded. I think we saw that on a full display when he did that debate on my channel where he was drunk as fuck with that dude that looks like an older version of him.
Were a bit more on the spicier side. I didn't think there was anything controversial about them, but it seemed to be a lot of people found them a little bit controversial. And I wanted to upload these new videos because I thought that they were tamer. I thought that they were safer. I thought that people would watch them and think, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy's talking a lot of sense and he's smart and this is accurate. However...
Let me guess, that didn't happen.
In truth, after several months of uploading this new style of content, things have actually gotten worse, and these new videos I've uploaded have only made my life worse in several ways. I've been judged, it's affected girls that I've dated, and in fact one has been harassed 4 times, and I'm not using that term lightly either. I'll get more into that later to explain it, but in other words, these new videos, it's causing all sorts of problems in my life, and this can't go on. And the main reason is because now I'm uploading this new style with my face, the channel has become plastered with my face on it, and anybody is able to make a quick association with me, my face, and my channel.
That's kind of the point. People associate your channel with your face.
It wasn't like that, and I never had to deal with these issues, not just to me, but in relation to girls I'm dating, people that I know. I've never had to deal with these issues before until I started showing my face significantly. And the reason is because nowadays, anyone can search and find my face. If they search a channel name, then they just see 20 pictures of me, and they immediately make those judgments, and it's very quick to make. And the main problem is...
There's people who talk shit on the internet without like really evaluating your message. You don't say.
Even though the new videos are a lot tamer, and I think that there's nothing controversial whatsoever about them, the problem is that the people who make these judgments, they don't even watch the videos. They just click on the channel, they see my face, they look at the thumbnails, they look at the titles, and then they make all sorts of big jumps. And
Waffles is just learning about the concept of a hater. He didn't know about this before. There's people who are just going to talk shit without like really looking at your stuff. Yep.
Extrapolations to paint me in a bad light. And in fact, here's the perfect example. So one time, I had met this girl, and we were chatting a little bit over text, and I really liked her. But then all of a sudden, one day, she unadded me, and I found that a little bit strange, so I sent her a message saying, did you unadd me? Guessing you don't want to talk to each other anymore. And you can see...
Just like just really quickly aside, we just look at these texts, it's just like so like kind of sad. Did you unadd me? Guessing you don't want to talk to me anymore.
See the screenshot on your screen now. She then says, do you have a YouTube account? My friend recognized it, and that kind of creeped me out. I said, yes I do, I keep my personal life separate from it. She says, I mean, if that's what you actually believe though, that's crazy. Then I say, have you watched any of the videos? And she says no. She says no. But the premise of them are so misogynistic. Which I find a little bit hard to believe for that last statement, because if you look at the titles of my recent video...
I will say this, I don't think Waffles is misogynistic at all. Wow, I just butchered that word. I just think he's cringe, I think he's wrong a lot about shit, and I think he's pushing people down the wrong path. But he's not misogynistic, that's more like modern gains.
I don't think there's anything that constitutes that whatsoever. And for the most part in my videos, I'm talking about men. I barely even talk about women in my videos. And for those that watch them, you know that this is true. For the most part, I'm talking about men's attractiveness.
Yes, he mostly talks about men's attractiveness. Not sus at all.
Men's chances, men's struggles. I'm barely talking about women in my videos, but as I say, that people don't ever watch the content who have these negative judgments. They just look at the titles, they look at my face, they look at the thumbnails, and then they make all sorts of big jumps. And this also happened one other time. I arranged a date with this girl. As you can see from the text, we literally just arranged a date. Then 7 minutes later, she sends me this text. I've just seen your YouTube account. I'm definitely not meeting you. And given the fact that she sent it 7 minutes later...
Just really quickly, since my main thing is texting, I do have to point this out. Okay, perfect. Shall we meet at 12 p.m. then? And then he just literally asked, like, shall we just meet beneath that? Like, he's just so permission seeking.
She definitely didn't watch the videos again. Now, what it comes down to is I'm not making these videos so I can have a crap life and you can have a good one. And I know that a lot of people have had a big benefit to their life, as I'll show later in this video with some...
Okay, this is just the typical, like, fucking entitled content creator YouTuber, right? Like, ugh, God, my life is so hard. Like, 2 of these girls that I was supposed to have a date with that probably would have fucked up anyway decided not to go out with me because of my cringe content. Like, this is so hard. Like, you guys have such a good life watching my videos and I have such a shitty life. It's like, dude, we are extremely privileged. We're extremely lucky to do what we do, okay? All we do is just fucking talk to the camera. I mean, there's more to it than that. But, like, we have a really cool job, and we get paid a lot of money for it. And I know he's in the same financial situation as me. We make good money, right? And, you know, we work hard, but, like, we have a fun job, right? And he's just acting like it's such a burden, like, oh, poor me, I'm such a victim.
Screenshots and messages that I've got sent from guys. But what's less relevant than the content and the material is the perception. And the perception of these videos, even though I don't think there's anything controversial with them whatsoever, is a bad one. And people have this negative perception and it causes all sorts of problems in my life. And not just to me.
Could that be because your theme and messaging is negative? Like, it's over, bro. Normies don't have a chance. Like, oh, the only way you can pay for it. Like, could that be partly because your message is just largely negative?
But what's even more worrying is that it affects other people. Even the girl I'm dating now, she's been harassed 4 times just in the last month. This never happened before. And to show this, even when I was uploading videos, the presentation style, where my face was semi out there, like you could find it if you went digging. But I was with a girl for 2 years and she never once got harassed and I never had to deal with any issues. And it's only now that I'm uploading videos with my face, I'm running into this issue. And the girl I'm dating now, as I said, she's been harassed.
Just a quick side note, when you're a public figure and you make content, right, occasionally people will go after your loved ones, and I think that's despicable, right? I never go after people's wives or girlfriends or significant others, right? Because I just think that's not how it should be, right? Like, people occasionally, like, fucking, you know, be creepy or weird towards Natty. We just both have thick skin. Like, we're just like, I don't give a shit. Like, who cares what some random person thinks? But at least that's how I approach.
4 times, I'm not using that lightly. And one time, just to tell you what happened, she was in class, and for 45 minutes, a fully grown man, lectured her and was making all sorts of negative remarks to me, making negative remarks to her, and just belittling her. And it made her very, very upset. And I just think that this was so sad and pathetic. A fully grown man not having the balls to talk to the person that this is actually related to, but harassing and attacking the girl that he's going out with as if she can't make her own life decisions. I can't think of anything more sad and pathetic. And if the person who did that is watching...
Yeah, I agree. That's super sad and pathetic. Although I would argue that, at least in part, this is due to the community he's cultivated, which is a very sad and angry community.
This video, I'll tell you what I'll do. In fact, I'm not going to tell you what I'll do, because if I do tell you what I'll do, this channel will be properly nuked. But if you're walking around, I'll be watching with eyes in the back of your head.
Oh my God, the tough guy act is so laughable, okay? A lot of YouTubers try to do this and it always comes off a joke, but especially Waffles, who's like a skinny ginger, like, oh my God, dude, we're so scared. Like, give me a break.
That's all I'm going to say, because I don't think there's anything more sad and pathetic.
We're not going to do shit. No one's going to do shit. Let's not pretend.
Than not having the balls to talk about the disagreements or issues you have with the person that the content is related to, but instead harassing his girlfriend, not once, but 2 occasions, when she's not said a word back to you, and she didn't ask for that. That's just disgraceful, and I don't want to have to deal with that. It's not fair on me, and it's not fair on her either. And the thing that annoys me the most about this is that these people, they never say anything to me. 1 or 2 things happens. Either...
Yes, people on the internet typically don't say things to your face.
They gossip behind my back, or they harass the girl that I'm dating. And it's always men. It's never been a girl that's done this. It's always men who do these things, and I'm sick of it. I've not once had a person come up to me saying, hey, I recognize you, I've seen your videos, and it's awesome, it's interesting, but I've got a couple of disagreements. Do you want to grab a coffee one time? We can discuss it. If someone came up to me like that, I would have a lot of respect to them, and I would do that. I would, talk about this because I find interest in this subject. That's never once happened. And instead, people resort to gossiping or harassing the girl that I'm dating. So basically, the reason that I'm not going to be uploading to this channel anymore is because these videos aren't worth it for me. It's not worth the headaches, the people in my life it affects, and even financially, which I'll get into later in this video too. To cut it straight, what's happening is there won't be any more videos uploaded to this channel. It's done.
I like how the top comment here is, see you in 5 months, bro. Like, even his community is not buying it.
It's over. And it's not a joke this time. It's a sliver of 1% who are causing me these problems and ruining it for everyone else. But that's not all.
Also shows you that he doesn't really believe in his message that much, because at least the way I look at it, let's say like 5%, let's be generous, say 10% of people are just pure haters who are just talking shit, they're being mean or whatever, right? If 90% of my audience is getting value from the content I make, I'm going to ignore the haters and just make content for the people who are finding value in it, because I really believe in my message. I really believe I'm helping people, right? I'm not hiding. I'm not ashamed of anything I say, right? And I think that's how it is when you really believe in the shit you're saying. You're not going to let like 1% of haters, or as he says, a fraction of 1% of haters basically turn you off from, speaking your truth or giving your message out.
Because I know a lot of you really back my message, and I'm sure I'm your favorite channel to a lot of people that are watching this. So if you want to keep up with the content, if you enjoy my videos, if you're really behind me and you've learned a lot from my channel, then all of the future videos that I'm going to be uploading will be on Patreon behind a paywall. That's how it's going to be. I know it's not great news to hear for you guys who've enjoyed the free content, but I see...
By the way, just the first 8 minutes of this video, just everything up until now has just been excuse making, right? I don't doubt that he's maybe had like a few incidents like this, but that's not what this is really about. Like, you kind of get to the truth of it right here, where he's talking about how, hey, this free content you guys like, I'm gonna take this free content and put it behind a paywall, so now you guys have to pay me money because my life is so hard being a content creator. It's very hard, people occasionally talking shit about you, so therefore you guys have to pay me money to get the same shitty content you used to get for free.
Only way fair, and for me and for everyone in my life who it's affecting. And I'm not ripping anyone off either, so before the comments come in saying, oh, rent is due, and oh, just a grifter or whatever, it's cheap, and this paywall will be enough to stop anyone from causing me issues in my life, and it's a fair deal, so don't be crying about the low price. Now, if you check it out, you'll see that I've already put all of the videos with my face there, and there's even one fresh new video, which is of a Tinder experiment. This is a great video, by the way. It's one of the best ones that I've uploaded recently, and you can access that now from the link below. The upload schedule will be the exact same as what it's been on this channel for 3 months. Videos will be uploaded once per 2 weeks at 6 p.m.
I want to be clear about something, because I don't want people being like, well, Alex, you promote your product occasionally, right? Isn't that kind of hypocrisy? I don't think there's anything wrong with content creators promoting their shit. Nothing wrong with that at all. But this is what I would call deceptive marketing, right? Because the real reason is he just wants to make more money, but then he's pretending like it's something else, like his life is so hard, he's playing the victim card, right? So it's a bit different than what most YouTubers do.
Thursday, you'll get an email every single time I upload, so you never miss a video. And I've already got 10 videos lined up. If you check on the screenshot on your screen now, these are the videos that I've got coming up. And if there's 2 ticks, it means that that video has already been recorded, produced.
Great, we love this evidence. We can see a bunch of like green check marks.
And edited, and it's ready to go. If it's 1 tick, those are videos that I've fully scripted. They're ideas that are in the pipeline. I've just got to record and then edit them and then eventually upload them. There's about 20 of those. If you count up all of them, there's at least 1.5 years of content. This isn't just a quick cash in and go ploy. And it's not a greed move either. This is just, the reason I'm doing this, because this is what makes the most sense. So despite the rent is due comments that I know will be in this video, to be completely honest with you, I don't even need this. I'm not bragging.
I don't even need your money. I have too much of it already. I'll take it, just because I want to hook you guys up, but I don't really need your money. Right, this is a part of the sales pitch no one's ever heard before.
But I've made a lot of money from YouTube. I've sold over 25,000 products, which even though the average transaction value is low, if you do the maths, that's still a hell of a lot of money. And I'm in the top 1% of earners for my age bracket. And it's been like that for the last 3 years. So don't get me wrong, I've made a lot of money from YouTube. And I'm literally moving into my house in 5 days' time. So there won't be any
223, so that's not saying that much.
Rent due anymore. So you can leave those comments out of it. And just to show you more,
oh my God, we Waffles, we don't know property taxes exist. Yes, once you move into a house, that's it. All your expenses are gone.
Getting into the finances, it doesn't make sense for me to upload these videos for free anyway, even putting aside the negative impacts that it has on my life. I'll tell it to you straight. In the last 6 months, I've averaged £6,000 monthly. £6,000, right? Now, guess what the breakdown is of that between my old videos, the presentation ones, and the new ones. Because obviously the old videos are still up there, they're still getting views. Guess what the split is of that £6,000 per month for my old ones versus my new ones. I'll give you just a couple moments to think. I'm making £5,000 from my old ones and £1,000 from my new ones. So the majority of my revenue still comes from my old ones. And to be completely honest, it's not worth the £1,000 a month to deal with the headaches and harassment that comes.
Guys, the $6,000 a month I make just fucking sitting in my living room making videos is just so not worth it. Because there's been like 2 girls that didn't want to go on a date with me, so therefore it's so not worth it. So therefore I have to put everything behind a paywall.
From showing my face on the internet, it's just not worth that. I would rather not have that £1,000 per month and not have to deal with these bad things. So I don't even need this. What it comes down to is I'm making this so the people who really believe in my message and really resonate with me can still find me. So if you are one of the people out there who's watching this video and you pretty much watch all of my videos, usually the same day that I upload, and you feel I've made a real and serious change to your life, then this is who the Patreon is for. Otherwise, I could easily stop uploading and just live without making new videos, and it
Literally video we see, she rejected your looks. Yes, very positive stuff.
wouldn't affect me much. As I said, I've made my money, I don't need this. And now, I know that there's those people out there, those people that have really resonated with my message and I've had a big impact on their life, and I've even got some of the comments here, and I'll read them to you. You changed my life a year ago.
So here kind of goes through like a feel-good type of thing where he just reads some of his positive comments. Okay, so we're just gonna skip through that because
So many of us, I wish you all the best. You have the best channel of dating and self-improvement in the whole YouTube's history. Source, I have been a Chad for my whole life, learnt a lot from YouTube, explored most of the channels about dating for the last 4 years. Eventually found this channel as the best one I've ever watched. Kudos to you, brother. Thanks for all your efforts. So,
Waffles' dating advice is literally, it's all about your looks. Game doesn't exist. You just be better looking. If you have shitty genetics, you're fucked. You're gonna have to go overseas and pay for it. There's no dating advice here. There's no game advice here, right? It's just simply like, yep, game doesn't exist. Your looks are the only things that matter. That's it.
if you are one of these, or you've had similar thoughts, the Patreon is for you to keep in contact with the new videos. I'd rather have a small community of a few hundred followers who really embrace and follow my message than a mass audience where there's some people who bring negative things in my life because they can see my videos. And it's all for $10 a month. I'm not ripping you off. Literally $10. That's all it's going to cost for the
When you have to say I'm not ripping you off multiple times throughout the video, you're probably ripping people off.
Patreon. A straight $10 for everyone, that's fair, and that's 2 cups of coffee per month. So if you really resonate with my message, and you're one of these people that feels you've learned a lot from my channel, and I've made an impact to your life, a positive change, then go and subscribe to the Patreon so I can stop dealing with these headaches in my life. Anyway, that's all for the video.
Go to the Patreon, pay me money so I don't have to deal with the massive hardships, the overwhelming struggle of being a content creator in 2025, right? It's really hard, guys. Like, please, just go to my Patreon. I can't do it anymore. It's really hard. Like, we just have it worse than slaves used to in the 1800s. So please. And that's it. Waffles is gone. He's not coming back. He's done with YouTube for the second time, but this time it's going to be for realsies. Also, he wants you to know that if you want to watch his cringe black pill videos, you're not going to be able to do it for free anymore, you fucking freeloaders. You have to go to his Patreon and pay him money. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown. My honest thoughts is that I think Waffles is kind of a joke. I think this is largely a grift, and I think instead of being honest and being like, hey, listen, guys, I got to make money, or at least saying something like, listen, I have this great value to offer, he's kind of coming up with this whole rationalization for why he's quitting YouTube, because his life is so hard and he's such a victim. And finally, if you guys are interested in actually improving your results with women, then check out my free Tinder guide. Link is in the description. Shows you everything you need to know to get started in dating apps and actually start having some success so you don't have to complain on the internet. Thank you guys, and until next time.